So another video request, this time from Mr. Anonymous. Mr. Anonymous, I think, sent the message from Abuja. So the message reads, good morning, Mr. Ikenna. Please, my Peugeot 406 show a fault on the screen display. I believe he meant the multifunction display. In the process of starting the engine, it will be hard to start. Then later it will show key under the speedometer. That's under the instrument panel, he meant. And when I switch off the ignition, hold on. When I switch off the ignition to start again, the key sign will disappear and then start halfway. And then starts halfway. Then halfway, when it starts, it will show engine immobilizer fault. And if I'm driving and slow down, it will look like engine wants to go off. Then again, this time it will display on the multifunction display. It will show oil presence, oil pressure insufficient. I didn't actually. Just trying to explain. I was using some of the words were mine. So I don't think he understands some of the technical terms. So I was just trying to explain to you viewers what he actually meant. Okay. For what I can see here, you said you are getting immobilizer warning fault on your Peugeot 406. And from my understanding, your Peugeot 406 is pan production. That's pan. Peugeot Automobile in Nigeria was produced in pan. So one of the things I don't like about 406 pan production is most times, I'm not saying all the time, that I've come to realize that most of them have driven or starting. Sometimes if you switch on ignition, it will show you that key immobilizer sign. And you start it will start, or it shows you turn it off, switch it the second time, the vehicle starts. And it may not show you that warning for another 2, 3, 4 months or so. One day it will just pop up again. I'm not saying it's a default problem, but whatever that is causing it, even when some of the electricals appears okay, I mean the wireless and all that, it will still show you that one. So I don't know. It's possible, but in your own case, I don't think that's the issue. Because from the look of things, it appears your car has a serious wiring problem. For what you said here, it said it showed you even when the key sign goes off, it still show you engine immobilizer fault. Then later on, your car will be stalling. Stalling or hunting, engine hunt. Your RPM going up and down. Like when engine is idle, you'll be going, you see your RPM, going up even without you accelerating the vehicle. And then sometimes when you are deaccelerating, when you accelerate and release your leg from the pedal, it will show you oil pressure insufficient. It doesn't necessarily mean your engine oil pump is bad or your oil temperature. Is it temperature switch? It has two sensors: oil level switch and oil pressure switch. Doesn't mean any of them is bad, but because when your engine is hunting, going up and down, and if the RPM drops lower than it should at idle, if your engine is supposed to idle at 800, 800 RPM. So if it's supposed to stay at 800 RPM with or without AC, and it now drops less than 700 or drops close to 500, of course, it's as if engine is about to stall or engine is about to go off. It may show you that oil pressure insufficient. The only time you will have or be concerned is when the RPM is reading like that 800 and it shows you that oil pressure insufficient, then there is a problem, which could come from the oil pressure switch or could come from the oil filter you put. Maybe it's a fake oil filter, or your oil pump is about to give up, or your engine is about to fail. So when the crankshaft have when there is a big clearance on the what's it called, the bearing, the crankshaft bearing and the crankshaft itself, of course you get such warning. It's not just the oil pump. So that could be the cause. And like I said, your engine ECU is likely the culprit. It's as if your engine ECU is about to fail for it to be giving you immobilizer fault warning. Either the engine ECU is about to fail, or the wire on that engine ECU is crashing the engine ECU. I mean the wire that communicates between the engine ECU and the engine itself, or the wire that links the engine ECU to the BSI. Because now you are getting engine immobilizer fault, which is the warning is coming from the BSI unit, not the engine ECU, I suppose. So the vehicle actually need to be thoroughly checked. But like I said, there are things that can cause that immobilizer fault other than what I mentioned, like 406. You say your car is 406. 406 is usually known for water ingress, but not all models anyway, or not all of them. You know, water usually comes and settle under the driver's foot mat. So, and there are depending on the model, about 3 or 4 sockets there. Call it, what's the name of this wire? Sockets, trying to remember now. You know, once water enters there, you can actually throw that immobilizer fault warning. So, the option is to remove that rock, clean up the water, find a way to water to be going out of there. And then, if there is a rusted spin socket there, you attach the wires, you know, just fix the issue and it goes away. Key can do that too. If your key is failing, you can do that. Your BSI unit can do that. Your engine bay fuse board, that's BSM, can do that too. You know, but just as you are saying that even the oil temperature switch is showing you oil pressure insufficient, it's likely your engine ECU is crashing, unless it's not the case in yours. That's if your engine is not hunting. If it's not going then it may not actually be the engine ECU that is causing that oil pressure insufficient. But if your RPM is very, very okay at idle, if it stays around 800, 700 and above, and it's giving you that warning, then I would suggest you first change the oil pressure switch. If you don't know, you have to talk to your mechanic. So you will locate this. It's actually directly under the oil filter. So you have to talk to your mechanic to have it replaced and see what happens. Likewise, see, the thing is more like I'm doing guesswork here, even though I know the issues that can also see more like components that can cause all these issues you are mentioning. But then I've come to realize that when it comes to Nigerian used car, it's not just what people say, because most times the owners don't even know how to describe the symptoms their cars, the vehicles are having. So there are some things that are better physically inspected to know what the issues are, rather than it could be this, it could be that, it could be this. You could be saying this thing only for us to hear that, not to see. When you, for example, if you bring the car to me, I could look at the wire and realize that, oh, the problem is from the engine wire. Or you could bring the vehicle and realize that, oh, the engine ECU is the problem. Or there's something else I've not even mentioned yet that's messing up the entire thing, or the engine is about to pack up. But the immobilizer one inside has nothing to do with the engine. So that one is electrical. So I think you'll be able to, if you can understand all this I mentioned, you'll be able to make an informed decision on what next to do. No, it's not something you do yourself. if you are not technical. You have to give it to an expert or professional to figure out what's wrong with your vehicle. I hope this video helps.